fifth grade. Happy to be with you today. Miss you at school, obviously. But I'm actually very excited that this is a digital learning day because we are going to be able to do something in our lesson today that we would not be able to do in the classroom at school, which I'm very excited about. Today's work is going to be dealing with kind of the opposite of what we were doing in class for the past couple of weeks. The past couple of weeks, if you'll remember, part of what we were working on was looking at scales. And before, when we were in the classroom, we were looking at how to build chords from those scales, right? And the main exercise that we did with this was we sang The Owl and the Cuckoo. We hear the night owl calling from forest still and dark, etc. And we had our instruments in front of us, and we were filling around the melody with chords on our instruments, right? Mainly for that one we were using F and G minor because it's in the key of F. So we're going to do kind of the opposite of that today. Instead of having a melody and us supplying the chords, we are going to have chords and we are going to supply the melody, okay? So the way this is going to work is I sent you 3 backing tracks on YouTube. They're in the keys that we've been looking at, the keys of C major, F major, and G major. I would like you to listen to a little bit of each of those tracks, like 30 seconds, and just pick the one that you that clicks with you the most, that you identify with the most when you hear it, and take that track. Get somewhere comfortable, okay? Somewhere where you're not going to be worried about who's around you or who's listening. So for me, a lot of the time when I was at home, that would mean going outside. It might mean going in your closet or just going in your room. Or if you want to involve your family in this, that's cool too. But get somewhere where you're totally comfortable and start playing the backing track. And what you're going to hear when you listen to these tracks is just very repetitive chord progressions, okay? It'll move between 4 or 5 chords, and it's a pattern, a steady pattern the whole time. So when you listen to it for the first 30 seconds or so, you kind of know how the rest of it's going to go for the rest of the time. And what you should do is just let your ear do what it does naturally, and you're going to hear a whole bunch of notes. And if you start singing with the backing track and just trying to sing a note that you hear, you don't even have to try that hard, and I think it's going to come out. Don't worry about which note you're singing in the chord. We talked about stacking chords. Don't worry about any of that. Just let your ear do its job, okay? And your goal, your only goal, is to try and sing for the entire time that the track is going, okay, with like little pauses. Your goal is not to sound good or sound pretty. Your goal is not to make sense. Your goal is not to write a cool song or anything like that. Your goal is just to sing for the majority of the track. All right? So I'm going to show you a little bit of what this looks like at the beginning. I chose the track in F major. I'm going to play it. Hope you guys can hear it. I listen. And I hear the chords changing. I know kind of the amount of time that they're taking to change now. All right, I'm gonna start singing whatever comes into my head, doesn't matter what it is. Here we go. I couldn't sleep very well last night. You might ask me why. I couldn't sleep very well last night, and if you ask me why, I'll tell you that the wind was blowing really hard, and it pulled the roof up, so the roof was banging on itself, and I heard it till 4 in the morning, and that's why I couldn't sleep very well last night. I already told you why. Couldn't sleep very well last night, but I woke up to a pretty blue sky and I'm happy. All right. So you get it. Anything that you think of. Your goal is to sing. Okay? You might say, oh, you know what, Miss Corey? The minute this backing track starts, I kind of freeze up and I don't have anything in my brain at all. Even though I have the entire world around me, everything that's in my room, whatever, I can't think of anything to say. Never fear. That happens to me too. And when it does, I choose a book. This one happens to be a book of poetry, so it's kind of easier, but I choose a book and I just sing the words that are on the pages, like this. Picking a random page. All right, here we go. Ready? This started out as a jumping rope. You probably think that I'm a dope, but this started out as a jumping rope, and now I fear there is no hope. But yes, this started out as a jumping rope. Anyways, you guys get it. That's your assignment. You do not need to record it. I wrote this down, but you don't have to record this. This is for you to do on your own to start getting comfortable. To start getting comfortable, letting ideas come out of you and not worrying immediately about thinking, is that a good idea? Is that a bad idea? Do I like the way that sounds? Most people, when they start writing songs, which is our goal eventually, when they start writing songs, that's their biggest hang up, is they start judging what they're writing before they even let themselves do it. And so this is just to help you get comfortable with making stuff up and not worrying about whether it's good or not. Okay? So once you've done that, let me know either by recording a video of yourself talking about it and answering the questions that I sent you, or you can also write it down and send it my way. And I'm very excited to see how this goes. Like I said, I'm excited that this is a digital day because we would not be able to do this in the classroom. And so I'm very excited that you have the space and time at home to spend a little bit of time working on this. I miss you guys so much. Let me know if you have any questions or if I can help at all. And I will see you soon.